Well, welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports. Flying solo once again, no Dan Walker. But it isn't because lack of effort. Dan wants to be here. I just tell him, we got so much stuff, you're just going to sit there and look pretty. So no need to do that. But really, I know the weather played havoc on a lot of events. Some tracks were able to reschedule and get them in, like Beech Ridge, Oxford's regular program. But some tracks just suffered the wrath of rain, and I'll tell you who's taking it hard is the go-kart tracks. But they'll get, weather's going to change, and we're going to start getting that hot, dry spell where nothing gets canceled and everything races. But we had a great weekend of short track racing, and when I say short track racing, the biggest thing that went on was the New England Short Track Showdown over there at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Bob Guptill, who was the founder and president of the Northeast Mini Stock Tour, had this vision, had this dream, and went on the big stage. And hiccup here, hiccup there. You have it in any event. I don't care at what level. But all in all, a very successful weekend over there at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The weather cooperated with him. He was one guy that didn't have to worry about the weather. His schedule worked out. Friday practice, Saturday racing, and saw some great racing in all the divisions. Some unfortunate accidents with blown motors that there's nothing you can do about that, and then it affects the field that's running behind you. But really a good time. Hats off to Bob. We're going to throw highlights in the show throughout this week's event, and we're going to start you off in this segment and the next segment with the Mini Stock Tour. And congratulations to the winners and all the combatants that participated in that event. And then the street stocks, he gave those guys a chance to be on the big stage, drive through the tunnel, roll into that hallowed victory lane, roll down the pit road that we've all been accustomed to watching the stars of NASCAR do. And for this one weekend, the little guys had their chance. So enjoy the highlights from the Mini Stock Tour, and after the break, the Street Stock Tour, and we'll show the other tours that were in action down there later on in the show. So congratulations once again to Bob and his entire staff that pulled this off. We're standing down here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, just outside Victory Lane. They've done all the ceremonies, and all the way from Winter Harbor, 5 hours away, Justin Trombley comes down and conquers the Magic Mile.
The goal was a top 5. We were really slow the first time out. I decided I needed to just drive a little harder and picked up 2.1 seconds from first practice to second practice, and then my mood changed a little bit, and I was thinking we might have a chance.
Well, it's funny because a lot of times guys come in and they never talk about, you never hear a driver say he's the problem with the speed, and you just talked about yourself, and you drove a great race, you showed patience, and the front runners had some trouble, but talk about the first half. There was the three of you guys were doing tremendous battle, early in the race.
Yeah, they were going at it really hard, and I was actually thinking that something was going to happen in front of me, so I was trying to leave a little room in case there was an incident, but I don't know, it's better to be lucky than good, I guess. The 863 started breaking down when he was leading, the 88 started breaking down, and all of a sudden I was like, wow, I'm in the lead. But I don't know, the car was great all weekend. I didn't even put tires on. A lot of guys put 4 tires on, I didn't put any tires on. I just tuned the car to what I had, and it was really consistent all weekend long once I finally found the correct groove.
No, that's a lot of it. But anytime you can win on the Northeast Mini Stock Tour, you've done something right. But when you add a Northeast Mini Stock Tour win at New Hampshire on the Magic Mile, that makes for a pretty special weekend.
Oh, it's awesome. I got to thank Bob for putting it on. It's an amazing event. I hope it carries on year after year. I'll come down here and support it as long as I'm racing. It's been a long, long time since I've won on the Northeast Mini Stock Tour. I've been part-time a lot, raced 2 or 3 times a year, and finally, we got a Mustang in Victory Lane.
Oh, that's perfect. But your winner here at the Magic Mile, the Northeast Mini Stock Tour, Justin Trombley, all the way from Winter Harbor, Maine.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been street car divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil division at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway.
When I started Scotch Recreation, some competitors warned that if I discounted RVs and trailers, I wouldn't last. Well, here we are over 10 years later, still discounting and still growing. That's why we're Maine's largest RV dealer and largest trailer dealer. Forget about MSRP. We start way below that. Get your best price up front. Come see why my dealerships sell more RVs and trailers than any other dealer in Maine.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Winterport Dragway is celebrating 50 years of drag racing in 2017. We have our bracket racing on Sunday with 6 classes in action. The top divisions will make 4-second passes at over 150 miles an hour. Check out the Super Pros, the Pros, the Streets, Bikes, Sleds, Junior Dragsters, and Team divisions as they compete for championship points. Winterport Dragway has numerous special events throughout 2017. For more information on what's happening at Winterport Dragway, check them out on Facebook or go to winterportdragway.com.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
LKQ Core, any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
right, we're here with the winner of the street stock portion of the New England Short Track Showdown, Corey Hutchins. And Corey, how big a deal is it to not only get to race here at the Magic Mile, but to bring you, your car, and your team to victory lane here at the Magic Mile?
What an awesome feeling. Can't thank Bob and his mini stock tour guys for putting on this show. There's so many local guys throughout New England and all the United States that want to run on the big level, and to have the chance to run here is just unbelievable. And you know, like I said, I can't thank Bob and Northeast Mini Stock Tour for putting this show on, and for me it's just an honor and a pleasure to be here and to win. Can't thank my crew enough. I mean, these guys work their butts off, and I'm lucky I get to drive it.
No, and talk about this 36 machine. Man, this was bad fast. No matter what they threw at you and who it was, you were just able to stave them off.
Yeah, I got to thank my crew again, because we came here up in May, we practiced, and we were really fast, but the car was really edgy, and I knew, I'm like, if we start racing this thing, we're just way too free and can't be around many cars. But we went home, did a little more homework, and came back here, rolled out of the trailer, and everything's been awesome ever since.
Well, congratulations on the big win, and it's got to be the tops of the resume now, ain't it?
It really is. I mean, it's right up there.
Won a lot of races throughout the state of Connecticut, but this is the big deal.
This is a very big deal. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations. Your winner in the Street Talk version of the New England Short Track Showdown, Corey Hutchins.
It's fast. It's exciting. It's loud. It's about friends and family. It's NASCAR New England style. And if you haven't felt it, you can't understand it. Adult tickets start at just $35. Kids tickets are just $10. Get your tickets now.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Well, you heard me make reference in the opening about the go-kart tracks, and in particular, Richmond, they've lost a couple events. They got a couple of big events coming up, double weekends, the 14th and the 28th, the Triple X Series, a little bit more prestigious. It's, like a Triple Crown. They have one race a month, but they lost June, so they moved it into July. So they race it for extra special trophies. They have sponsors that have stepped up. So really, they got some big things going up. So I encourage everybody to check out some go-kart racing at some point this year, because this is the next level of stars. And in particular, this past weekend over at Richmond, they have the Mini Cups, and they had a little special race going on, the Brad Moody Memorial 44-lap race. Brad was a big asset to that track, a big helper, whether it was in tech or flagman or helping on people's cars, and he was just a part of the RKS family. And we went up and wanted to give you some highlights and show some race action from the Brad Moody Memorial 44-lap Mini Cup race. And really, that Mini Cup group is family, all of them, and they're all there to help each other out. And we're glad we were there to be a part of it and bring you some highlights from this past weekend over at RKS.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, West on the Road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations, and online at scotchrecreation.com.
Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at wiscassetspeedway.com.
We're back here with Bill Quigley, and one of the other things that we all took for granted and it went away, and then we're like, man, that stunk, was the haulers for the apparel.
It's a huge thing for the fans. You know, NASCAR tried to do the right thing by bringing Fanatics, making it easier for everybody to shop. What they found at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, which was different from some of the others, was during the race, they actually sold more during the race as people were going down for an extra burger, dog, beer, whatever it is, you know, any of the food selections, you know, and they should do the Taste of the Speedways. I don't know if you've heard we do that. We take actually the best food from every speedway. There's actually a peanut butter and jelly milkshake that comes from one of them, and then there's a family burger that feeds like a family of 8. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff. But as you walk by those, what is going to be back this year, which I think everyone is going to love, are the haulers. They tried to do the right thing, making it easier for everybody to shop. It was out in the fan zone. They thought it would work really well. But there was a lot of sentiment towards those haulers and being, as you said, to experience and look at, you know, a half a dozen or a dozen drivers at, you know, one of the new drivers at their hauler. You know, and there's always a line at Junior's booth or Danica's booth or Kyle Busch or Martin Truex or whatever. But it really gave, I don't know if they had as much personality as they did when they actually had the haulers all
No, I agree.
So behind the main grandstand, it is all going to be loaded with haulers again, which I think everybody's going to be real thrilled.
No, I think you're right.
It's going to be fun.
The racing kicks off on the 14th, Friday.
Yep.
You know, pole day, and then the Mod All-Star Shootout, 40 laps. It's a short track race on a big track.
And which I think is a lot of fun. You know, I mean, we're working on some things for next September in 2018, which will be kind of core focused towards those core fans. But, you know, to start the weekend off with a 40-lap race, just to kind of get everybody up and rolling, when all the campers are rolling in, it's going to be a great night.
No, absolutely. And then Saturday, you talked about earlier, one of the best values for the money, the K&N East, and the Xfinity, and then the mods.
Well, it's really programmed like, you know, as you said, all the short tracks that throughout in England, and there's such great racing experiences, whether you're at Lee or Thunder Road or Beech Ridge or Oxford or wherever it is, you know, people just really want that need for racing. Now you can take that short track experience, bring it into Saturday with some of those new kids that are coming up. And it's a phenomenal day. I mean, tickets for general admission start at $35. And what people might not understand is what SMI has done system-wide. We're offering a $10 ticket for kids 12 and under for the entire weekend. So let's say you want one of the best seats in our VIP section that's worth $100 and some odd, whatever it is you choose. If there's a seat available right next to you, you can have that for $10 for your 12 and under. So we're trying to create the experience for families because, as you and I both know, watching those kids, and you've taken a first-time fan, and I tell people that have never been to a speedway before, that tell me, I don't like NASCAR or I don't like car racing. All you have to do is walk from turn 1 to turn 4, 12 feet from the catch fence. Can't cross that little white line. You know, we've got ushers and security there. But you watch 20 cars go by you at 170 miles an hour, 3 wide, 7 deep, with, I tell people, the effectiveness of a piece of notebook paper between their bumpers. And that wall of air, what did it do to your daughter the first time she saw it?
Eyes were this big. You know what I mean? Hair blowing, eyes were that big. You know, and that's, you're right. So some of the experience that you need to experience, aren't necessarily on the track, but it's generated because of what's on the track.
Right, agreed. You know, and with pit passes and the ability to get down and meet the drivers and see the cars and the entertainment that's there, it's really, it's about a whole bunch of things. And to me, it's never about one ticket for one race. And I hear a lot of people on Saturday, well, I only come for Saturday because, I go to short tracks. But, to take the entire weekend, let's face it, if you want to go to a Red Sox game and tailgate, there's not really places to do it.
Not happening.
Go to the Garden. I mean, and I love the Celtics and I love the Bruins. They're great, great, great sporting events. Foxborough, you can tailgate pretty well. It's a great party, the Revolutions if you're playing soccer. But our tailgate's 9 days.
Yeah, you show up and I think some of them drink for the entire 9 days.
Well, some drink water. They're driving the ones that are drinking.
But and it's an experience. And if you are there at night and before you head home, walk through those campsites because some of the things you'll see and the Christmas in July and these people put a lot of effort into that last year and just the people and race fans are so friendly.
More than you would ever believe.
They just want to talk. That's all they want to do.
I got texts from one of our fans, and here's a shout out to Emilio. And he literally sent me a text on Christmas week. He said, "Bill, we do a huge Daytona party. You got to come to my house." My wife and I went down to his house for Daytona Sunday because I didn't go to the race this year. I went last year.
Yeah.
And literally, there were 50 to 60 people in his house.
Oh.
We're all bringing our little dishes. I brought my sriracha turkey meatballs. Yeah. But he texted me on Sunday morning, "Your breakfast sandwich is ready." When you touched on that Christmas in July, Robin, who handles our campground, she came to me a little over a year ago, and I've only been in Speedway for about a year and a half, and she goes, "I've got this idea, but I don't know how to start it." So I said, "Well, what's the idea?" We brought everybody together in a room. I made her actually start the appointment.
Yeah.
Then she goes, "Well, who's going to run it?" I'm like, "Well, you are, because it's your idea."
Your idea.
And there were people going by me all weekend, whether it was Christmas in July or Halloween in September, that were making laps back and forth to home or to Walmart or to wherever they shopped, literally to buy more Christmas decorations. We brought out Santa. We had Milo dressed in Santa stuff, delivered presents. People had so much fun because it brought them all together. And then we actually have our app that you can download, and it was actually a fan vote on the app, so you could walk around, download on the app, and then we had judges that went around as well.
It's a big thing. So that's all the other stuff, and we haven't even talked about the Overton 301, which is really the big deal of the weekend. Yeah.
The big daddy of the weekend, and that's when the circus comes into town. When all the haulers come in and you see it, we do the hauler parade on Thursday, and you start to see your favorite drivers. In fact, I think Kevin Harvick was actually in his hauler in the hauler parade last year on Thursday. Some of the drivers, especially that they have younger kids, are taking them in because their kids are having as much fun with them. But we build that all up to the Overton's 200 on Saturday, and then the 301 on Sunday, and that'll have the music, it'll have all of the events, the flyovers, it'll have all the pomp and circumstance of it, and we're excited because it's going to be a blast.
No, and there's so much going on there. So we've touched on everything that's around that weekend, but something new this year too is the Northeast Motorsports Museum. Dick Berggren has really put his heart and soul into this.
I get the chills. I mean, you've said
seen
that.
It.
I was lucky enough to be at the press party, and I've seen it being built. I saw it as a piece of dirt in the parking lot, and the vision that Dick Berggren and his board have put together, and the way the New England racing community has come to participate in this. There is everything, literally, from soapbox derby cars to Le Mans cars. Joey Logano's 2009 winner is in there. Jeff Bodine's first mod is in there. It's just it's Eddie McDonald's winning car is in there.
So stuff from yesteryear all the way up to the current.
You could spend 2 hours in that, and a huge race fan like you probably will schedule your next trip on your way out because there's no way you can see it all. But more importantly, also Dick has built a library of all of the old magazines and all of the old programs that people have donated with uniforms and helmets and gloves and stories. In fact, I was in it with a couple people that were up for Motorcycle Week, and they happen to be from Connecticut, and they're like, "I know that guy on the motorcycle. He's now the owner of X Bike Shop." So there's stories that people are sharing as they're walking through because, as you said, the motorsports community in New England is a pretty tight-knit community. There's great short track racing. Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Connecticut really have some great short track, and it keeps them busy throughout it.
without the great short track heritage and history of New England, I don't think Loudon would have ever been built and succeeded.
No, and that's why we're trying to adapt this whole thing, which is NASCAR New England style, because it's not the northern version of a southern sport. There are things that are unique to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway versus every other track in the world. One of the interesting parts of it is just the little red wagons. People come from other speedways and come to ours, and the little red flexible radio flyer wagons that they
chained to the fence,
all chained to the fence. We've got people from NASCAR, and I was on a call earlier today with them, and literally they're like, "There's going to be wagons back again, aren't they?" Because it's the only place in the country that they actually see them.
No, so it's going to be a great weekend. You know, the museum Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be open.
Actually, yeah, I think they'll be open all week.
All week, so you'll be able to go down and check that out. Minimal donation of our ticket price of $10. I mean,
cheap to get in.
That's cheap, and spend an afternoon, because like you said, you're gonna. It's one of those things that 2, 3, 4 hours is what you're gonna need to.
Right, and the Northeast Motorsports Museum, if you're a true race fan, and I know this audience truly is, for $35 you can actually become a member of the Northeast Motorsports Museum. And what Dick Bergeron's trying to build in is that ability for those members to help direct where it's going. They're already talking about an expansion. There's so many vehicles and suits and motorcycles and snowmobiles that they literally they can't fit another car in there right now. So they've already started the fundraising thoughts as to how do they expand it, because there's just not there's not enough room.
Amazing.
So you could be a member for $35. I think it's on the web. I don't run the web. It's the Northeast Motorsports Museum, and I think you get 4 free tickets, plus you get voting rights for anything that they do there. So he's making it a New England race community, which I think fits really well with, again, all the short tracks as we load into that center of New England racing, which is New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
And I encourage the viewers to stay tuned in the upcoming weeks, as we'll have an announcement as what we're going to do, and try to take some people down there and showcase off what Dick and his entire staff has done. But Bill, I really appreciate you taking the time. The New Hampshire Motor Speedway website has all the information anybody wants to know or see or plan their weekend.
NHMS.com. You can certainly call any of our race specialists, and if you're a first-time fan and have never been, don't hesitate to reach out to them, because they can help make your experience incredible. And that's really what it's all about. We have got an incredible team that will do nothing but make sure that you have the best time you've ever had, and you'll want to come back.
And that's what it's all about. So I want to thank you once again for taking the trek up and being on Mainly Motorsports, and look forward to seeing a lot of race fans from northern New England down there at Loudon in a couple weeks.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes, you will.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972, and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham, or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Legendary race car driver Bentley Warren is putting Arundel on the map. When Bentley's Saloon opened in 2004, it was just a little bar room on the side of the road. Today we have a giant saloon with live music, dancing, and great food and drink indoors and out. We're always looking to meet new friends and have a good old time. There's always something exciting going on at Bentley's. That's why we like to say, who has more fun than us? We do!
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a worn key. Where would you bring it? At what cost? And for how long? At eKeys for Cars, our experienced technicians will diagnose your problem and get you going quickly with a fixed price quote. Whenever and wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars comes to you with a new key or ignition repair. Just call eKeys for Cars, the fast, affordable mobile solution to your vehicle key and lock needs.
They raise the bar, eKeys for Cars.
White Mountain Motorsports Park brings you door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel racing action each and every Saturday night, with 5 divisions competing each week between the Kids Trucks, the Dwarfs, and the Strictly Minis, the Tiger Division, as well as the Late Model Sportsman. The racing is intense. You're sure to come away wanting more. Located on 463 Daniel Webster Highway in North Woodstock, New Hampshire, this quarter-mile High Bank Oval is a fan-friendly, family-oriented facility. For schedules and more information, go to the website. That's White Mountain Motorsports Park.
Another race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway and another win for Eddie McDonald. And this one wasn't easy, but it's victory lane.
Yeah, it was tough. DJ he had a fast car, and you know, it was definitely a tough race. We had a little troubles in the first half, but luckily the guys got it straightened out on the break. And you know, my guys, they work hard all weekend long, and you know, just can't thank them enough. And got to thank Granite State and everyone for putting this show on. This is awesome for us, you know, all the short track racers, and it's great to be able to come to New Hampshire and have a great weekend.
Well, it just adds to another touring series that you won a race on, right? Is that your first Granite State win?
It is. That's our first Granite State race, so that was awesome. And you know, it was exciting because we just got a new sponsor on the car with Annie Mac Mortgage, and we have Exit Realty and Grimm Construction. So just awesome to be able to get them their first win, and you know, just got to thank Dave Lemieux, car owner, and you know, Paul Rinaldi. He builds a heck of an engine, so it was a lot of fun out there.
No, good job, and big month coming up. Got some other big races, and you like to put your name in the history books and winning. And congratulations on another win here at the Magic Mount.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, we're here with a runner-up in the Northeast Mini Stock Tour race, and that wasn't going to be the highlight of your day, right? You made sure of it. You jumped in a modified, and victory lane here at Loudon. I mean, it don't get any better than winning a race, does it?
No, absolutely not. Especially when you win here. You know, I got to see the trophy that the guy won. You know, during the mini stock race when I finished second. So it's like, yeah, I want that. I want to win one of those. So, you know, it's awesome. Especially like I said, the day that we had yesterday, chasing an electrical issue that we couldn't find until the end of the day, not getting any practice, and luckily we had some practices today. You know, and like I said, it's awesome. You just can't thank these guys enough for working so hard, giving me an opportunity around here. You know, Bob for putting the race on. If it wasn't for him, trying to do this, we wouldn't be here right now. We'd be somewhere else. So, thank him. I wish there was more of a crowd because you could see what we put on for a show. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, especially when we're here, when the Cup's here and the Cup guys are on the trailer watching our race because they know it's one of the best races. So, like I said, just can't thank everybody enough, and it's awesome to be in victory lane at Loudon.
Yeah, no, anytime any win's special, but this one, like you said, it's like your home track, and every kid that grows up in racing go-karts in New England wants to stand here at the end of one of their racing days.
Yeah, it's always it's always good to win, like you said, but to win here, it's definitely different than winning at like a Stafford or Thompson or anywhere else. And when you can pull into victory lane here and just see the look on your crew and everybody's faces, that's the big thing. It's just so cool to see everybody, and it's just an awesome feeling.
Have you ever taken 2 trophies home from here in one day?
No, absolutely not. Maybe one night I can run a tour car and a Cup car.
Yeah, there you go. So that's a big day, and congratulations to the big winner here today in the MRS race. What do you pick at?
Thank you.
It's July. Time for New England Dragway to light up the night. The Night of Fire. Saturday night, July 22nd. Presented by the New England Ford dealers, AAA Northern New England, and Napa Auto Parts. Funny Cars, Nitro Cars, Danny O'Day and his record-breaking wheel standard, jets, and lots more. Plus, we've got fireworks. Saturday, gates open at 3. Show your non-winning New Hampshire lottery ticket for a $5 discount at the gate. Free parking, and every ticket is a pit pass. Get your tickets now online at NewEnglandDragway.com.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your main returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Season Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs. Town Fair Tire, with 6 locations in Maine: Auburn, Augusta, Bangor, Biddeford, South Portland, and Topsom. Welcome to Mainly Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainly Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
Well, you heard me make reference earlier about the go-karters in the next wave. Well, they're already starting, as a lot of the go-karters from RKS and some of the other local short tracks that run them have moved on to the 4-cylinder Pro Stock division over there at Wiscasset Speedway, and they were the only event that Wiscasset was able to get a full feature in. So in the upcoming weeks, make sure you go to the Wiscasset Speedway website, and you'll see when they're adding on the extra races, and chance to check them out this week as they do Fan Appreciation Night, and Mainly Awards is providing the trophies, a little extra hardware for all the combatants and the Outlaw Mini Madness. So chance to get over there and check Wiscasset out. But this past weekend, we caught some highlights from the 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, and congratulations to champion Cameron Knowles, and picked up another win. But Austin Terras, he's a threat every week up there, and my new guy, sponsoring number 12, like I did for many years with Alicia Perry in her number 12, Max Rowe, current point leader up there, and picked up another podium finish. So, congratulations to Max, and fun to watch. And Hope we're up there one of the nights when he picks up his first win. So we get some highlights from the four-cylinder Pro Stocks over there at Wiscasset Speedway.
Craig Dunn and John Shorey ready to go for through the field, standing up 3 wide. Taylor leads on the back on the outside.
Nostalgia drag racing is something that excites you. You need to check out Gassa Guys Nostalgia Racing at Winterport Dragway in 2017. From the old school flags starting to the sleek looking machines of yesterday, the Gassa Guys Nostalgia Racing will be fun for all ages. Winterport Dragway has a nostalgia campout weekend once a month beginning in May running through October. Come see what racing was like 50 years ago. Go to winterportdragway.com for the 2017 schedule and other additional information.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's coworker owners who understand the importance of protecting a valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Well, as we wrap up this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, I really encourage all you motorsports enthusiasts, race fans, to get out and support your local short tracks, you know, especially some of the ones that maybe haven't been helped by weather, so they could use that good crowd to help get them back on their feet. And we're looking forward to this weekend. We'll be at Lee on Friday night, and something I circled on my calendar as soon as it came out was the K&N East race at Thompson Motorsports Park. I mean, the throwback theme that they're going with and trying to resurrect the old Bush North paint schemes, and I'm hearing of some of them that are going to be down there, and some of the old Bush North drivers that are going to be down there. So really looking forward, and we're going to be down there bringing you some highlights from there, and really looking forward to being a part of it. You know, you heard me mention earlier Wiscasset Speedway, their Fan Appreciation Night. Pass will be at Beach Ridge. You know, all the short tracks are in action. You know, Granite State at Lee Friday night, you know, White Mountain, Speedway 51, Speedway 95, you know, Unity at the end of the month, but be thinking about them in, you know, their 6-shooter division. Star Speedway, great things are happening down there. You know, they're one of the tracks, a few tracks that got in. So get out and support short track racing, you know, and do your part to keep the sport alive and make it prosper. So I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports. And we'll be back next week right here on Mainly Motorsports.
Taking your time, it's making me nervous.